Thank you. Welcome everyone to the Town of Greater Napanee Committee of Adjustment for the 27th day of February 2024. Before we get going, I just want to remind everybody that this evening's Committee of Adjustment is being live streamed via our YouTube channel. So having said that, we'll call the Committee of Adjustment meeting into order. We'll look for a motion for the adoption of the agenda as presented, moved by Councillor Norrie, seconded by Councillor Martin. If there's no further comments, questions, or concerns, all in favor of that motion? Opposed? Motion's carried. Is there any disclosure of pecuniary interest in the general nature thereof? Seeing none. Land severance application. Land severance application PLCOR 2024-001 J. Dotcheva, 4946 County Road 9. Severance land being north of 4990 County Road 9. Legal description: concession for Part Lot 11, RP 29R 1833, Part 2, Parts 1 and 3, Geographic Township of Fredericksburg. Before we get started, is there anyone here to speak for or against the application that's before us this evening? I don't see anyone putting their hands up, so go ahead, Michael, you're up.
Thank you, Worship. The application in front of the committee this evening is to create a 4-hectare severed parcel from a large landholding that it fronts predominantly onto County Road 9, but the severed lands would be fronting onto Abrams Road. You'll note in the sketch that there is a lot identified as previously severed lands highlighted in red, and that is associated with a lot that was severed a couple of years ago. And this is the second request of the same property owner to sever a second parcel immediately south of it and more regularize the retained lands. So the retained lands would solely have frontage on County Road 9, would be 24 hectares in area, 200 meters in frontage. So it's well exceeding the minimum requirements in the zoning bylaw for frontage and area for non-residential uses, which are occurring on the property in addition to residential on that property. The severed lands would be 4 hectares in area with 192 meters of frontage. So again, meeting the minimum requirements for non-residential uses, but predominantly will be, it's anticipated that the lands would be used for residential and possibly some small scale farming activity in the future. The size of the lot and the frontage would provide flexibility for undertaking those types of activities. Typically, we would include a condition for road widening on severance applications such as this. However, under the previously severed lands, the road widening was taken all along the frontage of Abrams Road. So we are in the ownership of that now. And in accordance with council endorsed policy, given that the lot area is the minimum of 4 hectares, we're not recommending that a well be installed in accordance with council policy. So with that being said, I'd be open to answering any questions that the committee may have.
Thanks, Michael. Is there any questions of Michael with respect to the application that's in front of us this evening? Deputy Mayor Calver.
Thank you, Your Worship. Through Your Worship. Michael, you're talking about a 4-hectare acre of land, and you mentioned possibly some farming activity. Does that meet our 10-acre minimum requirement for farming?
Through Your Worship, yes, it would. The 4 hectare is the zoning bylaw refers to 4 hectares. It doesn't refer to the imperial acres. 4 hectares essentially rounds up to 10 acres. But yes, this would meet that minimum threshold.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you, Deputy Mayor Calver. Is there any other questions or comments? Seeing none, we do have a recommendation that the committee receive for information the technical report regarding the application PLCOR 2024-0001. And further, that the application to sever a 4-hectare lot from a 28-hectare rural property be granted subject to a number of conditions that are in the report in front of us. Look for a motion moved by Deputy Mayor Calver, seconded by Councillor Norrie. There's no further comments, questions, or concerns? All in favor of that motion? Opposed? Motion's carried. It's a quiet evening, so we'll look for a motion for adjournment for the Committee of Adjustment. Moved by Councillor Hicks, seconded by Deputy Mayor Calver. If there's no further comments, questions, or concerns, all in favor of that motion? Opposed? Motion's carried. Thank you, folks, and we'll see you for the regular session of the council at 7 p.m. tonight. Thank you.